Good morning, children. So let's continue discussing chapter 6, that is tissues. Today we will discuss about the animal tissues. So animal tissues. Animal tissue is classified as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. So we'll be discussing one by one each of this. So the first one is epithelial tissue. It consists of single layer of cells. So it consists of a single layer of cells. Blood vessels are absent. In this type of tissues, there is no blood vessels. It covers all the organs. So it gives the outer coverings of all the organs. Epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. So the epithelial tissues are tightly packed and they forms like a sheet. So the skin, lining of the mouth, lining of the blood vessels, kidney tubules, etc. are made up of these tissues. So these tissues are present in the skin, lining of the mouth, lining of the blood vessels, kidney tubules, etc. So epithelial tissues are again classified in four types, that is squamous, cuboidal, columnar, sometimes ciliated, and stratified squamous. So these are the types, that is squamous, cuboidal, columnar and stratified. So the first one is squamous. So in squamous, cells are arranged in end to end like the tiles on a floor. So it appears like a tiles on a floor because the cells are arranged end to end. It forms the lining of the cavities. So it is found in the lining of the cavities, that is inside our mouth, esophagus, nose, alveoli, etc. So it is found in the lining of the cavities like mouth, esophagus, nose and alveoli. It also forms blood vessels, covering of the tongue and skin. So as you can see in the picture, this is the picture of a squamous. So there is squamous tissue. So as you can see in the picture, the cells are arranged end to end like that of a tiles on the floor. Then the next, it is arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear in the skin. So it is arranged in many layers to prevent wear and tear in the skin. So the second one is cuboidal. In cuboidal, cells of these tissues are cubical in shape. So cells of these tissues are cubical in shape. So it is found in kidney, thyroid vesicles and in the glands like salivary gland, sweat gland, etc. So it is found in the kidney, thyroid vesicles and also in the glands like salivary gland and sweat gland. It also provides mechanical support. So this cuboidal epithelial tissue, so it also provides mechanical support, as you can see in the picture. So this is the picture of a cuboidal tissue. So the cells of these tissues are cubical in shape, as you can see in the picture. So the next is columnar or ciliated. So it has got pillar like structures, that means like that of columns. It are arranged as columns. So it forms lining of the stomach, also forms the inner lining of intestine. So it is found in the lining of the stomach and also in the inner lining of the intestine, that is small intestine as well as large intestine. It has thread like structures called cilia in the outer surface, that is of the tissue found in respiratory tract. That means it also consists of cilia. Some of the columnar tissues also consist of cilia. So as you can see in the picture, so this is the picture of the columnar tissues. Here you can see that the structure is like that of a pillar. So it is arranged as columns. So the next one is stratified squamous. So the that is stratified epithelium. So it consists of squamous epithelium arranged in many layers. So this stratified epithelium is actually the layers of squamous epithelium. When the layers of squamous epitheliums are arranged to form this stratified squamous. So it is present in skin, esophagus, etc. as you can see in the picture. So this is the picture of a stratified squamous. The next one is connective tissues. The cells of the connective tissues are widely spaced. The basic function is to provide support and connect different organs. The cells of these connective tissues are widely spaced and the basic function is to provide support and connect different organs. The different types of connective tissues are areolar tissue, adipose, then skeletal tissues, and the last one is fluid. That means the blood. The areolar tissue. So this tissue fills space inside organs and is found between the skin and the muscles. So it fills the space inside the organs. So this type of tissues is actually found in the space between the space inside the organs, and it is also found between the skin and muscles. It is also found around blood vessels, nerves, and in the bone marrow. Then the next one is adipose tissue. It is found below the skin and between the internal organs. That means it is present between the skin and the internal organs. The cells of these tissues are filled with flat globules. So the cells of these tissues are filled with fat globules. So it also acts as insulator. Since it consists of fat globules, so therefore it also acts as insulator. Then the next one is skeletal tissues. So skeletal tissues, it consists of bone, ligaments, tendons, and cartilage. So all this comes under this skeletal tissues. So bone, it forms the framework that support the body. It is non-flexible, made up of calcium and phosphorus. That means our skeletal system. So the bones, it is very hard and rigid, so it is therefore it is non-flexible, and it is also made up of calcium and phosphorus. Then the next one is ligaments. Two bones connect to each other by the ligaments. So this is very elastic. So two bones are actually connected with each other by the means of ligaments. So therefore they are very elastic. The next one is tendons. So it connects muscles to bones. It is a fibrous tissue with great strength and limited flexibility. So it is a fibrous tissue with great strength and limited flexibility, and the function of this tendon is to connect muscle to the bones. Cartilage. So this is elastic and less hard than bone. So this is elastic in nature and it is just less hard than the bone. It is composed of protein and sugar. It is present in the nose, ear, and larynx. So it is like a soft bone. So it is present in the nose, ear, and larynx. The next one is fluid. So blood is a type of connective tissue. So blood is a type of connective tissue, so which helps in transportations of many substances like gases, hormones, etc. So blood, it is a type of connective tissues which helps in the transportations of all the substances in our body. So blood has a fluid matrix called plasma. So blood consists of plasma, and inside that plasma there is RBC, that is red blood corpuscles, WBC, white blood corpuscles, and platelets are suspended. So it also contains protein, salts, and hormones. So it also consists protein, salts, and hormones. So RBC, it contains red colored respiratory pigments. So the red color of the blood is due to the presence of RBC. It contains red colored respiratory pigment called hemoglobin that helps in the transportation of oxygen. Actually this is due to the hemoglobin that the transportation of oxygen takes place through blood. WBC, this supports our body by harmful bacteria, from harmful bacteria. They protects our body from harmful bacteria. And the last one is platelets. So it involves in the clotting of blood. So that's all for today. The remaining we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.